Why is that? Wait, why would somebody who's trying to be Mr. Olympia want Andrew to be Mr. Olympia?
What's up guys and welcome. You are watching Fazi Fitness. So let's start this video with the Mona Lisa of bodybuilding. So can we have a mutual consensus on the fact that almost everyone, especially the fans of bodybuilding, they want Andrew Jack to win this year's Miss Olympia. And not just the fans. A lot of current IFB pros, they also want Andrew Jack to win this year's Olympia title based on his front shots. I mean, the man is Miss Olympia from the front all day. His front relaxed, the front double biceps, the front lat spread, and the abs and thigh. They are almost untouchable. Those are gonna be some of the most dominating shots of Andrew Jack at this year's Olympia stage. And I am talking about against those top 6 guys. And it is so damn astonishing how a guy like Derek Linsford, who is 5'7", he holds his own against a guy like Andrew Jack, who is 6'1", and is also extremely athletic. And I have to say, if Andrew can improve on that look that he presented at this year's Texas Pro, especially in terms of conditioning, if he can show up even sharper than that, he is gonna be extremely damn hard to beat for everyone. So Justin Compton, who was a very impressive IFB pro, who is retired now, because Justin in his prime, he was such a great bodybuilder, and many people even claimed that he could have won the Olympia title eventually. Now, I don't know about that, but I have to say he could have been top 6 had he continued to compete. So Justin Compton appeared as a guest on the Real Bodybuilding podcast on Fawaz's YouTube channel, and he also has that exact same opinion, that Andrew is Miss Olympia from the front all day long, and if he can bring in more glutes and more detail in his hamstrings, him and Samson, they are the 2 guys who can upset the entire Olympia lineup, and also all of these Olympia predictions.
Andrew from the front, I could almost just give Andrew the title from the front shots alone. Like from the front, he's very hard to beat.
I said the same thing to the guys the other day. We were talking. I said front lat, front double, front
Yes.
ab and thigh.
It's just so aesthetic, along with the fact that he's like 6'3", 6'4".
So Chris Lewis, aka Psycho Fitness, he has also been talking about this, that even some of the active IFB pros who are gonna be competing against Andrew Jack this year, they also want Andrew Jack to be crowned Miss Olympia this year as the king of men's open bodybuilding, which is something that is rare by every standard.
Favorite bodybuilder is bodybuilder. I've never seen so many people, I'm talking about actually competing, that they say they want to see Andrew win. They want to see Andrew win. And I thought about that and I go, why is that? Wait, why would somebody who's trying to be Mr. Olympia want Andrew to be Mr. Olympia?
So in that era that is coming up in bodybuilding in the next couple of years, we are gonna see 2 very athletic and very tall guys, Andrew Jack and Samson Dauda, ruling the men's open bodybuilding, just like Arnold Schwarzenegger did back in the 70s. Now it is possible, but conditioning is the topmost priority at a show like the Olympia, where we have so many conditioned guys who are so grainy and so hot, like for instance Hadi. So can Chris Aceto work his magic and bring Andrew Jack more detailed and more separated, but just as full and round as he was at this year's Texas Pro? Next up, we have an update from Chris Bumstead. So that mustache is back. We can all see that skull face is loading, and this is the time for Chris Bumstead to go through those final 10 days and get extremely shredded. So these updates that we are seeing right now, they are about 2 weeks out, and Chris Bumstead must have been really hungry at that point, and also changing with every passing day. So C-Bum is also gonna be one of those guys who's gonna have to make that weight cutoff. And that, by the way, still remains a big mystery, even to this day, on how the hell does he do that every single year with so damn ease, especially in comparison to guys like Ramon and Orsk. So Chris Bumstead still is the king of classic. He is the standard for classic physique. And that is the thing with C-Bum. The moment he walks out on that stage and hits that front lat spread, which I'm gonna say is one of the greatest front lat spread, and that too in the entire bodybuilding history, and not just in classic, they are all gonna be in the office physique, as well as his charisma. I mean, over 24 million followers on IG, so someone really has to knock him down, because the man is just that kind of champion, who is just an ideal figure for driving the business and selling those Olympia tickets. And on top of that, he has one of the craziest looking physiques ever. The kind of conditioning that he brings, that is just absolutely nuts. And that is why he deserved every single Miss Olympia title that he has won so far. And fact of the matter is, Even when he is off, like he was last year, he was still better than Ramon, who is the closest to C-Bum at the moment. And this time he is in a totally different kind of mood and different kind of spirit. Now C-Bum's biggest rival, Ramon, he was spotted training with a guy who is a very well-known figure and a very well-respected man in all of the bodybuilding industry, the 7 times 212 Miss Olympia, Flex Lewis. So for Ramon, there is only one guy to beat here, and that is Chris Bumstead, because his camp thinks he lost to Wesley Weezers earlier this year, which was at the Arnold in Columbus, because he was just way off, and that just isn't gonna happen for this year's Olympia. So Ramon was here in Vegas, at about 6 weeks out of this year's Miss Olympia in the Dragon's Lair gym. So the man right now is 100% settled in. I mean, his sleep cycle won't be disturbed at all. And those are those little factors that play just 1% role. But that 1% can help you bring the best out of you. And maybe that 1%, that can be the game changer. Especially when you are going up against a guy who is as dominant as Chris Bumstead. So Ramon needs to be perfect from every single angle. He has to bring every single detail. So Ronnie Coleman was also extremely dominant when Jay Cutler was chasing him. And then all of a sudden, he lost in 06. And his physique just declined so damn fast from 06 to 07. Now, if we are being completely honest, C-Bum has also shown signs of wear and tear in his physique, especially in the past 2 years. So is this Ramon's chance to finally get that title? Or will C-Bum win the title number 6? There is just no way that the Persian Wolf Hadi is gonna back down from those heavyweights. Even when he is 10 days out of this year's Miss Olympia, he is gonna continue to train like that, all the way till this year's men's open bodybuilding prejudging. But the good thing is that Hadi Ramon, his coach, he is there by himself to pull him back so that he doesn't get injured, especially in a few weeks' time when Hadi enters that peak week. So this is also gonna be a real test for Hadi as well as Hadi Ramon. The reason is simple. Since 2019, this is the very first time Hadi is gonna enter the second bodybuilding show in just 1 year, or 3 to be precise. And we are talking about 2 shows that are months apart. And we have always heard this thing, that it is extremely hard to peak for 2 big shows in a single calendar year, like the Arnold and the Olympia. When Ronnie tried to do it back in 2001, he almost lost the Olympia title to Jay Cutler. But Hadi is a master of bringing that hot, granite-looking condition every single time he steps on stage. So he will certainly try to beat his Arnold Ohio look, because that was just totally insane. And I have to say, if he's successful in achieving that goal, he is gonna be absolutely monstrous on the stage. So what do you guys think? Is Hadi gonna become the second only man in the history who is gonna get that Olympia title back after losing it the previous year? So Regan Grimes chose not to compete this year at all, but he said he's gonna be huge for this upcoming Miss Olympia weekend. And here is Regan and his latest off-season physique update. So there was never any doubt that if Regan competed this year, he would have for surely qualified for the Olympia again. I mean, he is a veteran now, and he also showed us a glimpse of his brilliance at last year's Miss Olympia, when he showed up in the conditioning of his lifetime, and he also got rewarded for that. So his goal was top 10 for last year's Miss Olympia, and he was able to place 9th. But this year, we have a different and a more unique lineup. And Regan himself admitted that he just would not have been able to place top 6 or top 7 with the current physique that he has. And that is simply the reason for him taking another year off, so that he can put on more mass, more muscle. So Regan has always been struggling with size. He still needs bigger quads, more chest, and maybe more bicep peaks. And we just keep going back to his decision that he made back in 2018 of trying out classic physique, when everyone knew he did not belong in that division. So expect Regan Grimes to hit the stage sometime next year. Although the Big Man Weekend, which is scheduled in December, that could have been a really good choice for Regan to earn his Olympia spot at the earliest possible stage, and then focus an entire year on just one show, the Olympia. So hit the thumbs up button if you liked the video, and smash the subscribe button if you wanna come back for more. Thanks for watching.